Hi, I'm Kurt Singleton, founding partner of Home Appétit, and I'm excited to bring you this short documentary on our recent olive harvest trip to Uruguay. Here in the sun-drenched eastern hills of Uruguay, you'll find our olive farm. These acres were previously uncultivated. The soils here are high in minerals, making it wonderful for olive trees as it drains the water from the rain. We're only 20 miles outside of Punta del Este, which is a wonderful little beach town there on the Atlantic coast. Our tree-to-table extra virgin olive oil is special. It's special for a lot of reasons tied to Uruguay, but especially because of our harvesting and milling methods. Uruguay is a beautiful country. It has a diverse topography. Flat plains in the west with farmland and rocky coastal areas similar that you might find in the Mediterranean. So let's start at the end. Here, behind our mill, an auger pushes out the crushed flesh and stone of the olives that we've spun the oil out of. In much of the traditional producing world, such as Italy and Spain, there's billions of dollars of infrastructure designed to start with this stuff that we've ended with and use solvents and heat to pull even more oil out beyond the extra virgin standard. For us, this is the end of the olive. We will compost this or feed it to livestock. But I wanted to make the point, the big difference of where we end and where others start. It's harvest time, and we're here in the farm in an area of trees that need a little more attention and are being harvested manually. There's two methods here. There's the hand rake and there's the battery-powered wand. Both methods gently agitate the branches and separate the fruit from the branches. In this method, it takes about 3 to 6 hours to get the fruit from the tree to the mill. And at this point in the process of harvest, the most important factor for quality that can be impacted is really the time from the tree to the mill. Once enough olives have been harvested and the bins have been filled, the bins are taken to the mill where they're put in the dry hopper. From here, the olives are taken up a conveyor belt to a strong vacuum that pulls out a lot of the stems and leaves, and they go on to be milled. But before we look at the milling process, I want to show you something new this year that we have on our olive farm. Now we're at a different part of the farm, and here we're using our brand new Italian mechanical harvester that we imported from Italy. This is a great example of how Uruguay brings modern technology together with ancient practices. You'll see that this machine grabs the tree by the trunk with a padded arm and then quickly vibrates the tree, gently knocking the olives off the branches and into the canopy. From there, the olives collect at the bottom of this apparatus, and there's a large field trailer that's used to collect the fruit in the field in large quantities and take it directly to the mill. Now, with this harvester, this really reduces the amount of time from harvest to the mill. With this equipment, including the field trailer, we get our fruit to the mill within an hour, and this is a huge advantage when it comes to making world-class tree-to-table extra virgin olive oil. Just moments ago, these olives came off the trees. Now they're going to start the milling process. The first part of the process takes the olives and moves them up a conveyor belt to a large vacuum that sucks off a lot of the stems and the leaves. From there, the olives drop into a cold vat of water. This both cleans the fruit of any debris as well as helps drop the temperature of the fruit. And this becomes a very important part of the milling process when you're shooting for world-class extra virgin olive oil. Temperature is everything. And so we drop the temperature of the fruit before each piece of fruit is smashed and crushed, making a paste. Once this paste has been thoroughly worked, it is pumped into 2 consecutive centrifuges. The first to separate the solids from the liquids, and the second to separate the oil from the water. From here, the oil decants and settles, and then we put it into these stainless steel tanks and store it there for a period of time before exporting it. So here we are again at the end of our process. This is the back of the mill. These are the crushed olive flesh and stones that we've spun the extra virgin olive oil out of. From here, we have no value with this, so we will put this as a compost or livestock feed. But I want to take the opportunity to point out again that much of the traditional old world olive oil producing countries have billions of dollars of infrastructure that enables them to create olive oil starting from this pulp. Again, I'm Kurt Singleton, and thanks for spending time with us. Enjoy, and bon appétit.